Bay back in the Live Eye this morning with some great ideas for us. Hey, Don.
Yeah, and inside this kind of little oasis that's just outside the provincial law courts out here in Surrey and outside City Hall, tell us a little bit about, Janelle, where we are.
So this is the City of Surrey Waterwise Garden. It was built in 2001, and it's a demonstration garden aimed at giving examples for our residents of plant material that they could adapt to their own gardens that are water-wise. So plants that are drought tolerant, and I'm sure everyone can understand how important that is at this time of year now.
Our new normal. Let's talk about some plants that work really well, and really the key is Indigenous plants.
So this is a ground cover called Kinnick. It is a very drought tolerant plant. It serves well in full sun and rocky conditions. It produces a beautiful little flower in the spring that pollinators like. In the fall, it produces a beautiful red berry, and birds like that as well.
Let's move on to our next one over here. What do we have way in the back?
That would be mock orange. It's another native plant to our area. It's drought tolerant. It likes the sun. It has a beautiful white berry that has a gorgeous scent, and a great addition to any plant lover's garden.
And finally, another one, a great one that works in these drought conditions.
This is snowberry. It, again, full sun to full shade. It could be put in any condition. It's a great alternative for people that have balconies. If they're doing a container planting, it transplants easily. And it also has a beautiful flower in the spring and a beautiful berry for in the winter that birds love.
Fantastic. So some great ideas, Russ, of things that people can plant that will survive this drought. We also have some great watering techniques and alternatives coming up at about 10 to 8.
Oh, that's a really cool segment. I love that because, you know, I like to dig in the dirt as well, and I need all the pointers I can get. So thanks so much for that, Dawn. Looking forward.
Bay is back. She's out in Surrey telling us all about getting water-wise. Dawn.
Yeah, exactly, and creating a Waterwise garden. So we're here at the Waterwise garden in Surrey. And Janelle, there's some great techniques that people can use with respect to gardening and watering their garden. Rainwater is actually a great option, right?
Correct. So with our urban watershed, we're able to collect a lot of our roof water. So getting a rain barrel, you know, everyone's got a couple downspouts, and utilizing that amenity when you can is huge. So here we see a strawberry bush. So when we're watering, if you could use a soaker hose, that would be great. But if you were collecting it with a rain barrel, as we did here, you would just want to focus around the base of the tree. So when you're watering, you want to get as close to the root system as possible, just to ensure that you're not wasting water on open areas like you would see here, which would just promote weed growth, and that's just competition for the water compared to the plant. So you want all the water that you can going directly to your target plant.
Yeah, so spraying like the leaves and stuff, that's all you're doing when you sit there, and that is just such a waste. And the time of day that you water is important.
True. So first thing in the morning would be a great way to do that. Avoiding the use of sprinklers is key. So you get a lot of drift. You're not getting all of your target plants. You miss a lot. You're wasting a lot with runoff. Soaker hoses and by hand would be the best alternative.
How important is mulch?
Mulch is it's huge, right? So that's the foundation for starting out your garden. You want to increase your organic material at the base of the plant. So incorporating compost. So, and everybody has that available to them. So just taking old leaves, mulching them up. You can use eggshells, things that are available around your house already, and incorporating that into the soil would be the best alternative.
And what you plant is important. We want bees.
So this is spirea. It is extremely hardy. It does drop its leaves in the winter, but in the summer it has beautiful pink flowers, and the bees are just buzzing all over this one for the spring for sure, and that's nice.
Fantastic. Well, you know, people can make their way out here to the Waterwise demonstration garden. It's beautiful. It's this little oasis right by the courthouse, Jody and Riaz, and by the Surrey RCMP detachment. Of course, people can make their way here and find out information on their website.
Great tips. clearly I need to get some mulch in my garden. That's where I'm failing badly. Thanks, Dawn.
Well, it's been a beautiful morning out here at the Waterwise demonstration garden in Surrey, and the whole point of this garden, Janelle, is to really give people some inspiration, right?
Right, so what we're trying to do is give people at home an alternative to planting their annuals and taking a look at some of the perennials that are out there. We have some beautiful ornamental grasses and stuff. And so what we're gonna look at today, so this is some blue fescue. This isn't the most optimum time, so when we normally want to be doing some planting would be in the fall. So you want that rainy season to really soak into the root system so that they can develop throughout the season.
So we go ahead and just put it right in.
We're gonna plop it in, and then we would just make sure that you have a nice root system. You want to dig the hole about twice as big as the root ball would be, and then you want to make sure that you have optimum spacing between your other plants. So that just gives the plant the opportunity to build its own root system, and then it doesn't get stressed out. So stressed out plants require more attention, more pruning, and stuff like that. So,
and the real main reason also to plant in the fall is that's when we have moisture at its optimum, right? So I mean, we are then maximizing the moisture we already have because things just die if it's dry. Correct.
So we have the opportunity for the water to soak into the soil, and then putting a nice compost and mulch into that, it'll help the water retain, and it also gives the plants a lot of nutrients.
What do we have here, and why is this great?
This is a smoke bush. I think it's great because it has beautiful color. So the leaves are great. It's a very drought tolerant variety. It comes in different forms and sizes as well. That's a great big tree if you want it to, or you can have it in a smaller bush.
It's gorgeous. And you have something else here. Tell us about this corkscrew and why that's a great option.
So that's a hazelnut corkscrew. It has a beautiful catkin flower in the springtime that has beautiful spring interest. The bark and the branch work on it is amazing, so it has a nice fall interest as well. It's unique to any garden, and it thrives in this kind of environment as well.
So many great ideas. Make your way out here to Surrey to the Waterwise demonstration garden for your inspiration, especially as we deal with our new dry normal.